Chris Wallace here, advisor to man, bringing you another ATM news. This one's on the 4th of January, 2024. The first thing I want to say is Happy New Year. The start of a new year is a great time to evaluate what you do with your time. More importantly, to ask if it fulfills you in some way, your potential. Let's start at the beginning. Even in the womb, the placenta begins to control the mother's system to direct her nutrients to feed its occupant. Human babies come out underdeveloped at 9 months before they grow so big it kills the mother. You understand this. It may surprise you to know that a mother is not always immediately enamored with her newborn. A baby works hard in the hours, days, weeks after birth to train the mother, keep her gaze on her or him, and to slowly persuade her to devote herself fully to its care. Every newborn is involved in the greatest sales job on earth. Maybe that's why they say life is sales. The child's agenda is to grow and manifest its potential and possibilities. When you were a little boy, say 2, 3 years old, you were intuitive, imaginative, curious, and exploratory, although devoted to ensuring your mother's attention remained fixed upon your needs. The idea of conforming to the wishes of the group in which you found yourself were beyond your purview. Parental wishes mostly meant nothing, zero fucks given, playpen style. But over time, in return for life-giving succorance, parents begin to gain the upper hand. No longer are they overwhelmed with your helplessness, but rather seek your cooperation in the mission to keep you alive and to ensure you are socialized within the group. The inborn temperament you arrive with is soon shaped by the relational forces around you. Under the dual forces of survival and socialization, this is where problems start. Ask any parent with more than one child what is the same about their kids, and they will surely begin to tell you what is different. Ask any parent with one child how their child compares to other children they have met, and they will show you where and how their child differs in temperament, preferences, and approaches. With the best of intentions, parents teach a child how to survive the many dangers around them and how to become socialized within the group by employing a carrot and stick technique using language. This says, if you do as I say, you get my attention. If you don't, you won't. Well-intentioned parents instill abandonment fear to use as leverage. In this manner, in just a few years, a new operating system is overlaid on a child's innate, albeit underdeveloped, potential. Given the demand priorities of parents with children, a child's existing talents become secondary, supplanted by what Carl Jung called the conforming ego. We now know the brain is predictive rather than reactive, and so this has a multitude of consequences. Let me explain this a bit more. In any given context, the brain takes your situational awareness and bodily condition combined and runs that affective state by prior experiences since birth to come up with the best guess of what's going on at the moment. This you then confirm or deny according to the social reality around. I'll give you an example. My boy knew his mom was going out for pizza. When she came home, he heard the door slam shut as she entered the house. Twice he called down from upstairs, "I smell pizza," as he came out of his room and followed his nose. Only there was no pizza. She's a bargain hunter, and the parlor she went to refused to give her the deal she called about, and she had come home empty-handed. I hardly touched the stuff, and I admired her stance. How did the boy smell pizza? His brain used all the prior times he smelled pizza as she came home and filled in the blanks, firing emotions and sensory neurons to match his expectations. He then corrected after the fact with the truth of the situation. And so, over the course of childhood, your potential and possibilities are overlaid with survivability and sociability demands and experiences. Eventually, these core aspects of your original being can seem like distant prospects long ago abandoned. Your job is to find them again. to go back and individuate from tribal assimilation or the equivalent and rediscover what is unique about you. I remind you, there has never been an individual in existence quite like yourself, nor will there be someone like you ever again. Even twins were often sat side by side and dressed similarly as kids see the world from slightly different angles, enough to make their perspectives exceptional and unmatched. One way to view your parents is as the vehicle nature used to bring you forth into the mix. As beloved or misunderstood as they might be, your time with them was a stop along the way. You might say, thanks for keeping me alive and teaching me manners. I'll take it from here. You were once the boy your parents built. You must now be the man built from your own experiences. Instead of being ruled by the coulda, woulda, shoulda, what if only but secondary consciousness, be as talented as nature originally intended. Make a plan and give yourself permission to do that in 2024. Thank you for listening. If you have questions, comments, holler at me. Find me in the comments. Make sure to subscribe. You know the routine. And by the way, you can get the Defender course of Shields as part of a bundle of courses, which includes the Defender Board's weekly meetings. These shields are released bi-weekly all year long, so you can absorb their full wisdom. Next week, I'll explain why it's so critical for a man to stay in regular contact with other like-minded men. For now, take advantage of this unprecedented offer here. Power and love, true and free. Happy New Year.